I want to give a very clear example of how the must order items work in CASA. So let's say someone comes in, you make an estimate for them, right? So I'm making an estimate for some customer, and let's say they want a product that I do not have in stock, or it's like a special order type of item. So I'll just put something. This is with the dummy store, so it has like no stock. Okay, so this item, this radio, there's 0 available. So I'm gonna add it to the invoice. Okay, let's say, this guy, he's gonna come, he's gonna do this job. So I save it, and then he's for sure coming in like to buy this product. But it's just a special order, so I just don't have it. So I can post. Now when I post, it's asking me, do I want to create a must order item? So it's asking me, saying this invoice requires one more of this item than we have in the stock. Should this invoice be posted and this item be created with must order status? In this case, I will say, if I say no, it will not post the invoice. If I say yes, it will post it, and it will create an item that is in the must order status. And when I make an order from that vendor, it will tell me you need to order this because it's a must order. So I'm going to show you that flow. So I go yes. So it just posted the invoice, okay? Now I come and I want to make a purchase order. When I go, and also if we just look at the item, let's just go look at it. If we go open model info, you can see right here, must order 1, right? Must order 1. And if I search it, it'll also show me, yeah, so you see right here, out of stock, must order 1. So it's everywhere you go, it's telling you that you need to order 1 because you have it committed on an invoice, you need to order this item. Now let's also just look at the items, the physical items. So we'll right click it, we'll go to itemized inventory. So this right here is the item. The current status is must order. It was created right now at 4:42 p.m. So I open this up. We see in the status history, there is only one history, which is, it's in must order status from invoice post, and the invoice is number 2044. And this is the start date. Okay, Mashi. Now we make the purchase order. So if I make a purchase order from Pioneer, or actually, yeah, I want to show both possibilities. So let's say you do it the proper way, which is we'll do the purchase order way first, and then we'll do the adding anonymous item second to show both. So if you do the order, you put the vendor, you do generate order. You see right here on my generated order, the only thing on here at the very top is recommended I should order 1 of these. Why? Because the must order, if I make this big, the must order is 1, right? So it's telling me, hey, you need to order this. So I'm gonna order it, and I'm gonna add it to the order. Okay, great. And then even if I looked it up here, it's the same thing. It's warning me in red. It's telling me, hey, you must order this, right? So regardless of how you add it, whether you do the generated or you do the standard purchase order adding, it's going to warn you. It's going to tell you you need one. Okay, Mashi. So now that we have this order, if I save it, when I save it, it's just normal. Nothing has changed about this item. It's still the same. But as soon as I post this order, watch what happens. So I posted this order. I've said, hey, that special order that I need to make for Jihad? I've made that order, so I'm just awaiting the item. So now when I go to item info, if I refresh this, you see there's a new status. So the item was a must order item at first via the invoice 2044, which was posted. Then it became on order. So now it's not a must order because we've already ordered it. So now it's on order from purchase order post, purchase order 120. Okay. Now, if we receive the item, let's say we receive it, we say we receive it. Okay, now we just let's say we receive it, and khalas, we've received it. This order is complete. Let's go look at the item info now. We refresh it. It automatically, it didn't go, notice how it didn't go to available status. It went straight to committed status. The reason is this item was created as a must order for this specific invoice, right? 2044. Then it became on order, and now that we've received that item, we don't want it to go to available because it's not available. This item is not available. If I refresh this, right, you'll see that the committed has, must order is 0 now, committed is 1. So like, we basically, because it was created as a must order, it doesn't go to the available status. It just goes straight to the committed status because it is committed on that invoice now. Okay, so now if I go back to here, to the invoice, and the customer comes in because I called him and because his item came in, right? Now, if I accept payment, I'll just accept some payment. Now I can complete this invoice, and it's completing with no problems. Totally fine. Okay, let's do example number 2. Example number 2 is, now what would have broke this? So what would have caused the error? What would have caused the error would have been, so if you expand this on the invoice, or let's see if we refresh it maybe. Yeah, so you see here that for this item, there is a specific item ID. That ID is this item, the item that was created as a must order for that particular invoice. So basically, that's why you had the error, because this item ID was not received yet in the PO. So if it was not received yet in the PO, you can't complete it. You know what I mean? Now the other way to do it, if you don't want to go through the whole purchase order route and you just want to be able to add an item, you still can do that. So if I do the same thing right here, okay, I'm gonna make a sale and I'm gonna sell the same radio and do the same thing. So I can save it no problem, but when I post it, it's gonna ask me, because I have none in stock, it's gonna say, do you want to make a must order? I'm gonna say yes. Okay, so now I've created a must order. Let's go back here, or let's view the items again. Okay, so now, sorry, this one. So if we refresh this, so now you see the one that was a must order is now sold. So if we go back here, you see this item, the journey it went through. It was posted and it was created as must order. Then it was on order. Then it was received, so it became committed. Then the invoice was completed, so it's now sold. Now, let's look at this other item, this new item that we just made. So it's right now in must order status. Now, if I go to this, now how can we break the invoice? So I'm going to show you like what might break it. If you come here and you change this manual status to something else, that is one thing that could break it, because it's currently, that invoice is depending on it, right? So you can't go and change it to some status that's not valid. So basically, anyway, if we come in here, so let's just show the item ID again. Yeah, so you see this is the item ID. This is the item ID right here, CE8, right? This is it, CE8. Okay, and nobody's ever gonna look at this. This is just more for troubleshooting and so I can explain. So CE8. Now, if I go to browse inventory, if I go to the regular item and you see the must order is 1, if I add one right now without making the order, so now I didn't make a PO, I'm just adding one to the stock straight away. You see that is normal. The must order one went away and now it's committed. So if I go back to that item and I refresh, you see here, must order from the invoice posting, then it became automatically committed from inventory add quantity. Right, so I added quantity, now it became committed, we're all good. We can come in here, we can add some payment, and then we can complete the invoice, and it completes just fine. So the whole thing is when you make a must order item, you gotta see it through properly, which is either by the purchase order route, and then you have to receive it from that purchase order that you did, or you don't make a purchase order at all and you just add it anonymously from the inventory screen. But if you go and you have a PO that's open and then you try to add an anonymous one in the inventory screen and then you try to post, well, now you're trying to sell a different item than the original item, which it's telling you, hey, you can't do that. That's why you had to go and you had to delete the invoice line and add a new invoice line so that it doesn't, maintain that connection to that specific must order item. It goes and it just grabs the item that's available after that. So hopefully that makes sense, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah and Ramadan Mubarak.